Darkseid is in the show or not. I would never ever expect to put you in that position, but I am curious what you think about Darkseid as a character, in the comics, or what makes him compelling to put in stories.
I think Dark's well, okay. First of all, there's Kirby's whole world, which he created, which is totally fascinating. So that's a huge part of it. It's the new gods in general that is to me so interesting, which we're dealing with Mr. Miracle. And I have the screenplay that I haven't read yet on my shelf right now. So
I thought
there's that aspect of it, and then there are aspects of Darkseid and Thanos are obviously very similar. They look very similar, and because of that, I think that to give you probably more of an answer than you expected, I don't using Darkseid as the big bad right now is not necessarily the thing, because for a lot of reasons, because Zach did it so cool in his way,
Mhm.
and because Thanos and Marvel.
Looks like James Gunn doesn't want to do Darkseid for the first big bad of the DCU, so let's talk about it. But now, before I get into my thoughts on it, just remember, these people lie all the time. He could totally be lying. But for the purpose of this, let's assume he's not. Now, his reasoning makes a lot of sense. Zach did a real good job at it. He kind of looks like Thanos. Personally, I don't think the looking like Thanos is that big of a deal. It's different enough, whatever. But I like the Zach already did it argument, because obviously I love it when these movies, pick different characters, especially villains, to look at different storylines. The same way I'm frustrated about how many times the X-Men movies or TV shows have done the Phoenix Saga, and I really hope the MCU does something different. So I'm all for, do something totally unique, different, cool. The only problem is, of course, Salvation. If you're unfamiliar, in the Salvation run of the comics, it's revealed that the Salvation Planet is actually controlled by Darkseid. A lot of people are speculating that those monster noises heard at the end of the Peacemaker finale were his little guys. Now, James Gunn has also said they are not directly adapting the Salvation run. They're doing a lot of their own thing with it. They're really just taking the concept of imprisoning metahumans in another universe. That is fine. Originally, I just thought he was referring to, they're not doing the Joker versus Lex Luthor storyline in there. And personally, I think it's going to be less about imprisoning supervillains in Salvation. It's going to be Lex manipulating Flag into sending any metahuman there, and we'll eventually see the Justice Gang, Green Lantern Corps, Superman all end up in there with Peacemaker. When they get out, they'll become the start of the Justice League. But I thought it's very possible that they still have Darkseid controlling the planet. Now, again, not doing that is not a super big deal. I am really interested to see what they do instead as a big bad, because I just don't think just having it be them on the inside trying to get out, and maybe the Checkmate gang on the outside also trying to get them out while fighting Argus and Luthor and Rick Flag. It's all interesting, and I hope they keep it there, but I think in Salvation, there obviously needs to be a greater threat, especially because of the monster noises heard at the end of Peacemaker. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think about James not wanting to do Darkseid. Do you want them to do Darkseid? What would you want them to do instead? And don't forget to follow.